Hello everybody, you know me. Okay, no you don't, but you know who I am. I am Issa J, your Smart Wrestling Alliance heavyweight champion as of right now. On side of me, as always, is...
Liam Landry.
Yeah, I botched that so bad.
Always on side.
Yeah, he's always next to me.
It's the on-side correspondent.
Yes.
But he said maybe, you know, because tonight is the Royal Rumble.
It
and
is.
Today, well right now, we're doing all prediction videos for
We are.
the Royal Rumble.
Exactly. It is, so, to catch everybody up, a couple Sundays ago, we did a predictions video, or a predictions for Impact's Hard to Kill, where on our podcast, I set out the challenge of, we do the predictions for an advantage for this championship for Royal Rumble. And Liam, by the skin of his teeth, got the win. Because it was a horrible prediction. We did not predict very well at all. Like, all of my predictions I got right were the lower tier ones, and all the higher tier ones completely wrong. But that's neither here nor there. Liam has a advantage, and his advantage is 3 points going into the show. So he's already up on me 3-0. And he gets one extra pick for each Rumble match. So how we do Royal Rumble matches is you get 1 point for who you want to win, 1 point for who you think is going to win, and Liam here gets an extra pick. And I only have my who I want and who do I think. And we've done our predictions, we've talked about it, and now we're going to share with you guys who we think is going to win. Also, there are 8 matches on the show. However, only 6 of them are proper matches. The other 2, well, they're all proper matches, but only 2 of them are the Rumble matches. We don't count the Royal Rumble matches like the other matches. We do it a little bit differently, just like the Battle Royales. Whenever we have to predict those as well. So yeah, let's jump right into it, and let's go with what should be the main event, but it isn't, let's be fair. It is The Fiend taking on Daniel Bryan. Who do you have, my friend?
I have the Fiend for 3 points.
For 3 points.
Only 3 because as of, right now, I think they could do a thing where Daniel Bryan wins by some weird thing, but not necessarily like legitimately win. I know it's a strap match, but I mean, we've seen what they did with Hell in a Cell match.
Right.
Because I feel like this is going to be a story going to WrestleMania. And 2 losses. Probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But if you had something just weird, like even if it's just, something else, but maybe something that he wins but not legitimately wins and doesn't win the title. I feel like maybe they can do something screwy like that. But I'm going with the Fiend, but with just 3 points. Because the Fiend's the most logical, but they could do something screwy, so.
Yeah, I'm going Fiend, but 6 points, because even though that is very good points that you're making, I actually don't think this feud is going to WrestleMania. I think he's going to have a different feud going into WrestleMania. So that's why I have him with all of the confidence points that we can give it.
Yes.
And it's way too early for the Fiend to lose. We already know that.
Yeah.
They almost screwed it up with Seth. And let's keep him having the championship for possibly a full-on year. Well, why not? Like, everyone is completely behind it. So why not just give him the easy win here?
Yeah.
Obviously not easy, but you know what I mean.
Because I feel like that it could be, like, the Seth situation, like, no contest. So that's why I'm just 3. But you have all the confidence points were allotted to give this pay-per-view because of the 6 normal matches.
Right. So before we keep going, let's just let everyone know what that means. So we've adopted the system that Going in Raw has been using for quite some time, because it helps us when it comes to tiebreakers and stuff like that. And so we take as many matches that are on the card, and how confident we are in those matches by giving them points. Normally, all the matches get points, but this week it's today is Royal Rumble, so 2 of those matches are Rumble matches, and it's really difficult to, other than 1 and 2, to actually do anything other than that. But as we always have been doing, we keep our Royal Rumble matches separate that we already mentioned before. So yeah, let's keep going. What's the next match on the
The
card?
next match is going to be for the Raw Women's Championship.
Mm-hmm.
At least for the foreseeable future, who knows if they drop the women's there.
Right.
But Raw Women's Champion, the champion Becky Lynch taking on the challenger Asuka.
Yes. I have Becky Lynch for 4 points. I was going to give it a lot lower.
Sasha's name kept jumping into my head for some reason. I was like, no, that's not right.
But yeah, I have 4 points. I was going to go a lot lower and pick Asuka, but I decided to do the title change somewhere else that we'll get to in a bit. However, I feel like they're just hot-shotting the storyline and just let Becky get that win that she wasn't able to get last year, instead of actually having a real good long-term storyline until Mania for Becky and Asuka. But we know how they treat Asuka, and I don't see her winning. So Becky for 4.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to see a repeat from last year,
Mhm.
of Becky losing, dropping the title, going
To the Rumble and winning.
Yeah, so that's not likely. So it's already there for it. And then you have the fact that I think Asuka's mostly put into that position because of Kairi Sane's injury,
Mm-hmm.
and want to keep her still relevant while Kairi is out.
And
Kairi is back, is back now, but
yes.
so I feel they're gonna lose here, so she can go back to just defending the tag titles
Mm-hmm.
going further. So that's why I have Becky for 5 points,
Yes.
the second highest for me.
Yes.
Mhm.
Next match that we have is Baron Corbin taking on
But
Roman Reigns, or
give
King
respect,
Corbin.
yeah, give him the respect.
Sorry, King Corbin taking on Roman Reigns in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Because of a lot of predictions and odds and bettings and all that's going on, I have King Corbin winning, but with only 3 confidence points. I don't really see. I don't really see if I don't see Roman Reigns winning this for 2 reasons. One, the feud feels like it still wants to keep going on until the next pay-per-view at least.
Sadly enough.
And if Roman Reigns is to win the big one, he has to lose the first match. Kind of like what happens with Seth at WrestleMania years ago when we watched that at DJ's.
I think an even better prediction would be even to say to Becky last year.
Exactly.
Losing the first
Exactly.
match to be able to get into the Rumble.
And in order to win it as well. And that's just how, like, I'm pretty sure we both see it going. But I only did 3 because you never know. LOL Roman wins is still a thing that looms over all of our heads. What is yours?
I have 2 for the King Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there is, like you said, the low Roman wins, and
Right.
and I think, much like you as well, I think logic would dictate that you'd be going into the Rumble and to give the best odd for either winning or looking like he's going to win.
Right.
That he will lose the first match,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not unlike WWE to repeat themselves from year to year, Becky
Mhm.
last year to this year. I know I said before that they wouldn't repeat themselves, but not to repeat themselves with the same people.
Right.
They will repeat the same concept, but they
But
won't
not
repeat
with the same exact.
Yeah, that would be too much.
All right. Who's the next match, and who do you got?
The next match is going to be Sheamus
Mm-hmm.
versus slightly shorter than average G. That should be the accurate name here. Slightly shorter than average G. I have Sheamus with 6 points, the highest confidence
Mhm.
points available for us, because he's just coming back, and it just makes more sense.
That is very true. I also have Sheamus. Holy crud. I feel a pattern coming on. Well, we have 2 more matches before the Rumble matches. We'll see what happens. But I also have Sheamus, but I only have 2 because just like with Humberto and Andrade last pay-per-view at TLC, where out of nowhere they just give Humberto the big babyface, that big babyface win, I think they still might do that with Shorty G. Like, just out of nowhere, boom, here's a big win, and everyone's like, wait, what? So I can see them pulling that fast one in this particular match, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yes.
But yeah, Sheamus as well, but only for 2. Next match is for your SmackDown Women's Championship. It is Lacey Evans taking on the champion Bayley. I have Lacey Evans with 1 confidence point because I'm not all that confident that this title change is happening, even though logic dictates this championship to happen, like this change to happen. I actually want to see it. Last year, when she was against Becky, she was not ready, and we all know that. We all saw it.
Right.
But she has worked her butt off to get ready for this point, and I think she is ready now. And she put in the time and the effort, and she's improved exponentially. I really want to see her get this. Who do you have, sir?
I have Lacey as well, and also for 1 point.
What?
I do have a little more confidence than just 1 point, but I just kind of felt other things I had even more confidence on.
Right.
And there's always still some question marks.
Exactly.
Because I feel, for most parts, like, what's Bayley going to do after this? Most logical contenders for the title on SmackDown are, I'm thinking, some heels, being some obvious contenders like a Mandy Rose or
right,
you know, so either Sonya Deville as well. But it's like I'm feeling like that's the more logical progression, and that would make more sense with Lacey.
Yes,
and they've been really building up her as a face. Her daughter's been helping her a lot with that, bringing it in, and they had a nice brawling segment throughout
last
SmackDown.
week.
Or
Yesterday, a couple nights
Friday.
ago. That's right.
Friday. But yeah, so I think Lacey, but it's still
there's still that wild card of Sasha Banks.
Uh-huh.
But we'll definitely see. Next match, what is it, sir?
It's gonna be Andrade, the United States champion, taking on Humberto Del Rio for the
Carrillo.
Carrillo.
Yeah.
Okay, never saw it spelled out before. So trying to go over pronunciations. Yes. But for the United States Championship, I have Andrade, the current champion, at 4 for retaining. But he had that loss last time,
right?
So the normal booking would dictate him picking up the victory now.
Right.
And also it makes more sense that way. And but I mean that's mostly why I going for it.
Yes, I have 1 confidence point ahead of you, also Andrade, and it's almost as if you can take this title from me because we have the exact same picks. A little bit different in the way the points went, but the exact same picks.
See, this is why we have the point system.
Exactly. Andrade, second highest I can give it because of 3 reasons. 1, he is the current champion, and he's only been champion not even a month yet, and it doesn't make sense to take that from him just yet. 2, because of those 2 big wins Humberto has had over Andrade, it seems like him and Zelina Vega has shaken their cobwebs and come together even stronger. And 3, there's still Zelina Vega as a potential wild card. Not as many question marks for me as Lacey and Bayley, but a couple that I didn't give it all the confidence points.
And I also had some question marks because I've heard before about people backstage, especially like Vince, liking Humberto. So if they like him enough, it could be a hot shot. But I don't feel it.
I don't feel it either. We'll have to wait and see tonight.
Yes.
We're going to go live for our reactions videos around 6 o'clock. So definitely come in and join us for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Ready for the last two matches?
Yes.
It is the match that I think is going on first. It is the men's Royal Rumble match. Not first, as in the first match of the card, but the first Rumble match to go on. It's the men's Royal Rumble match. There's 30 men. You only can win if you eliminate as many people as you can and be the last person standing in the ring.
I mean, be fair, you don't really have to eliminate. Well,
You only have to eliminate one person.
technically,
to be
you
fair.
can win by not eliminating everyone.
Yeah.
If two guys take each other out at the same time.
Exactly.
So-
And you just have a fluke win with 0 eliminations.
Yeah.
That would actually be really funny. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet.
That is kind of surprising they haven't done that yet.
But anyways.
Especially for like a heel. That would have been great for some of the heel runs for The Miz.
Mm-hmm. Like he just doesn't eliminate anybody.
Yeah,
He
he's
gets
just
the
kind
win.
of like you think he's out of it because he's hiding,
Mhm.
and then two guys just eliminate. And like, what's gonna happen? They eliminate each other at the same time. And he just comes back in the ring.
As soon as I get in, he's like,
Yeah.
I win.
Yeah,
Damn, they should have done that. Man, I'm surprised they haven't. You're right.
maybe we give that idea to the AEW for MJF.
Yes. Anyways, well, apparently somebody in AEW is watching our stuff because every time I say something, it ends up happening. Or whenever you say something, it ends up happening. So we'll see. We'll see what happens on their next Rumble-esque match. We'll see what happens. But anyway, it's the Men's Royal Rumble. The way we do it, like I said earlier in the video, we pick 1 point for who we want to win, 1 point for who we think is going to win, and Liam here gets an extra pick because of his advantage for hard to kill. And you can always double them up to get more points as well. I, however, split mine up. I have 1 point for who I want to win as John Cena, and 1 point for who I think is going to win as Roman Reigns. The reason I want Cena to win is because I want him to go after The Fiend. The Fiend has been taking people out left and right and changing them. And who hasn't been changed and Kane tried to change but still wasn't able to change in years? That's right, John Cena. I want to see him go after The Fiend, lose at WrestleMania, and get changed by The Fiend. I think that'd be a really cool storyline for a little while. I know he's not a full-timer anymore, and I know it'd be tough, but it'd still be interesting if they could pull it off with his schedule. The reason I think Roman Reigns is going to win is because that's where everybody's going. And everyone, all the other news sites, all the prediction videos, like everybody is saying Roman Reigns. So, I mean, if all those people are thinking it, sometimes that's what's going to happen. Because it's the logical step in Roman Reigns' story. Yours, sir.
So you just went over your first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my first one is going to be Roman.
Well, I did both of them. I said both of mine.
Oh, you said both of them?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. You can do all three of yours.
Okay. So our first one is going to be Roman. There's a lot of odds in the favor. It's a safe bet.
Right.
And the other one is Seth, because I think it's also a safe bet.
Mhm.
Just trying to think of normal guys who are in the top of the card that aren't in there
Mhm.
now. So, and how they can put there.
Mhm.
So Roman, Seth, and the other one is Brock, because it could be just a big, thing for them to hang their hat on. Brock could go in number
Mhm.
one and stay all the way through, and
Yeah, that would be really big.
I don't feel he's gonna physically be in there. I think he's gonna do one of those things where he take him to the back,
Mm-hmm.
not eliminated, but be medical, but he comes storming back. They've done that before.
Mhm. Or he just powders outside the ring for a good minute or two.
Yeah.
However, I would absolutely love it though if he just goes the distance and not powders and not goes to the back. That would be impressive.
I mean, be impressive, but I don't know.
Mhm. He doesn't seem like the workhorse kind of
It's,
guy.
it's not in Saudi Arabia. I don't think they have the money for that. So
All right, what's the final match of the show?
the final one we're going to be picking is the Women's Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, of course, once again, 30 women eliminating them by throwing over the top rope.
Right.
Sure, everyone knows Royal Rumble rules.
Mhm.
And if not, they'll probably say 5-10 times pre-show alone.
They'll probably
tonight.
probably 20 times in the pre-show.
20 times pre-show.
10 times throughout the entire rest of the show that isn't a match, and while you're actually watching the match, 100 more times.
Yeah, you're going to have 100 for the first one, And then even though you're watching the second one of the night, they'll do another 100 times.
Yes, so do
So
not
sure.
play a drinking game for the amount of times they're going to tell you what the rules are.
You die.
Yes, you'll die of
Even if
complete
the-
alcohol poisoning.
Even if the drinking games like with water, you will die.
It'll
Just
be too
drown
much
yourself.
water. Alright, what is your pick, sir?
So my pick for the women is going to be number 1, Shayna Baszler.
Mhm.
Losing title, it tends to only mean like move up concept, but it's third brand now, so it's a little confusing. But even at that, it is a third brand, so it can be represented in that way as well.
Right.
She wins here, it doesn't necessarily mean, hey, it was SmackDown, Raw. It could be NXT. She could
Right.
do that to challenge Rhea at WrestleMania for the title.
And that would be big. Your next one.
But yeah, so I just feel like it's going to be a segue for her. The next one, I'm going to go with another pick, kind of like Roman and Seth, a person that was at the top but isn't currently in there, Charlotte.
Right.
And then for my third pick, which is a comeback pick, I believe Ronda Rousey. I know she took time off for trying to start a family, but the reports say that that hasn't gone. She hasn't gotten pregnant yet. So she may say, hey, why don't I take one more time to come back for another WrestleMania run?
Right.
And I'm pretty sure if we hear bad reputation,
She's winning.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's not going to come out and lose. So I feel that it's a wild card if she's going to be there, but it's a safe bet if she is.
Right. And it's not like you picking her is a detriment to your points because you have
It's a
3.
bonus pick.
Exactly. I have a little bit different. I do have Charlotte
Yes.
as my think. Just like Roman Reigns, she is the sure bet. She's the easy bet. Who do you think is going to win? Probably Charlotte. However, I was struggling. I was looking at who's there, where our predictions went and stuff. I was like, Mandy Rose makes a good point. Also, my girl Sonya Deville. However, Alexa Bliss. She's also one of those women that people, that WWE and Vince McMahon absolutely love, and the final 4, Nikki and Alexa, if they're together in the final 4 and they eliminate Charlotte and Shayna, and they're working together, and then Nikki's celebrating, instant heel turn, easily done by Alexa just tossing her over the top and being like, I won. I did it. So I want to see Alexa Bliss get this victory under her belt. She's multi-time champion, just like the current champions and Charlotte. And the only thing that separates her right now is, of course, the Royal Rumble win. Asuka has gotten one, and who's also a multi-champion, and Becky's gotten one. So give it to Alexa. She's been doing so much great work. Why not?
And you really hate this team of Alexa and Nikki.
I don't.
Rooting for this demise.
I actually
Yeah,
don't.
turns everywhere.
I love their partnership,
Yeah.
but I don't see it lasting very long anymore because they're not doing anything with them. Really, it's unfortunate.
Now they have gear that match color.
Oh, that's nice.
So
That'd be
SmackDown.
that. They getting gear that matches colors would be the main reason why Vince goes, oh, matching gear, tag team, no, break them up, because that's how he rolls.
Well, unless Alexa wants a tag team.
Right.
I mean, I've seen the video for her 24-hour thing,
Mhm.
the documentary for her, where they actually had her backstage talking to Vince, and it's
Mm.
like one of the softer, nicer times you see
Mhm.
Vince. Like he's in the gorilla position, and she's just talking about it's like how she like invited her. I think she like invited her friend, and how just now the friend's like inspired to do it, and he's just listening away, and it's like, yeah, that's part of the job that we really like is inspiring people,
Mhm.
and it's like.
Hey, maybe she can get the win without turning heel. That'd be most ideal.
Like the idea of it is, I've always heard so many people like coming from
Mhm.
the ring to the back, like like lurk around gorilla position, try to look at Vince McMahon, see if he liked it or not, and it's like, but no one talks to him. So the idea that she went to him while he's working at gorilla position,
Right.
just talking to him about this whole thing. It's like
Alexa Bliss definitely has a certain personality about her, outside of her character, that is just so genuine.
yeah,
And it's so hard for her not to be loved. Like, of course she's going to be loved. She's Alexa Bliss.
definitely seems like she can go on her and talk a lot.
Right.
When she was doing her audition, like live audition, they said that she went on a thing about how she always wanted to play Tinkerbell at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yes, and
She'd make a very perfect Tinkerbell, to be fair, though.
and they gave her the job here.
All right, so before we
Okay, yes.
sign off, we got a couple of chats, so we're going to read those off to you guys and see what you had to
I can
say.
definitely go off a tangent if we're talking about Alexa Bliss. But
We know. What are the chances of Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble?
like we said, pretty good.
Yeah, very good, actually.
A lot of odds makers thinking that, a lot of other personalities are thinking that as well.
Most predictions have him for the men. That's like basically the unanimous decision. Simon
It's
Miller.
like I would hope for the men's.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, I think he's gonna win the women's.
Simon Miller, Ross Tweddle, Tom Campbell.
He just comes running.
What
in.
is the other two names? Brian Zane.
He just comes running
Stephen
in,
Larson. They
running
all.
in, screaming equality as he's chucking women out of the ring.
But yeah, completely. Next thing says, I can't believe The Undertaker died. So, either you're watching very, very old episodes of, what is it called? Old episodes of WWE, or something happened and we did not hear about it. Let's see.
I swear to God.
And there is absolutely no mention of Mark Calloway, aka The Undertaker, as dead. So we are going to assume that he is just fine and healthy and probably entering the Royal Rumble. Or at least will be there because it's in his hometown.
It's like I was gonna say, I swear to God, if we lost both Undertaker and Kobe in the same day.
Right. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. I hope number 24 wins the Royal Rumble. And the people who sent it was Samoan Secrets, 1350, and Football Scouting Report. And Football Scouting Report, we agree with you. It is a very sad tragedy to lose Kobe Bryant and his daughter in the way that it happened. Because I read more. I read more. His daughter was there.
The only follow up I found was that his wife was not in the helicopter.
Right. Unfortunately, his daughter was.
Yeah, I knew 3 people. I guess it was them 2 and the pilot, then, and then everyone lost their life.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
sad day.
very sad day. And I actually hope they do that. That's actually really cool. See number 24 be Roman Reigns, then we know he's winning.
Yeah.
Extra.
Mhm.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for the chats. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment down below who you think are going to win their matches at the Royal Rumble. We would love to love to hear your thoughts on it and all. We will respond, of course. After you do that, please give this video those sexy likes.
And the unsexy ones.
After you do that, please share this video and all of our videos to your friends.
And enemies.
Once you do that, you might as well hit subscribe so that way you are part of the Smarky family. And after you subscribe, please ring that notification bell because...
While on that, can you read that? It looked like a new comment.
Oh, there is a new
ring
one.
that notification bell so that you can get notified for when we go live. We have a podcast normally every Sunday. We didn't have one today because of scheduling issues.
Yeah, scheduling
And
issues,
plus
rain,
because
and
we
a
were
bunch
going to
of
have the
other-
pay-per-view.
Right.
So we're going to do... And also, get notified when we go live for pay-per-views like Royal Rumble,
Right.
like what we did for Hard to Kill for Impact,
Mhm.
and other ones, including feature ones for AEW, and other things like that. And just get notified for when we put out videos, information, polls, things like that. Because YouTube won't do that for you.
Yeah, and take the initiative so that way you are entertained by us, because that's what we're here for. We're here to entertain you guys. Last two matches, or not the right word, last two comments before we go. From Hydre JP, CM Punk, the Royal Rumble wins. It's very good for you. Last news from WWE that Edge is number 10. Well, we do not know if Edge is actually going to be in the Rumble, but even if he is, we don't think he's going to end up winning. And it's very, very doubtful CM Punk is actually going to enter. I actually pitched to Liam here that I want to see Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins come out to CM Punk's and Edge's music just to get the most massive heel heat they can get, because that would be amazing. Okay is right. Please hit the like button so that way it helps us in our algorithms. Yeah, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and yes, ring the notification bell like we said.
Yes.
And just share to your friends so that way everyone is here in the conversation. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and until next time, it will be awesome.
Bye, everyone. Come back for pay-per-view reactions later tonight. Get all that entertainment goodness. But until then,